You don't choose your sleeping position, it chooses you. You probably think you're in control of your life, but let's be honest. If you can't even choose how you sleep at night, how much control do you really have? The moment your brain finally shuts up, your body switches into its own night survival mode, and you simply follow along. It's just like your dreams. You don't pick them, yet they absolutely ruin your morning anyway. Here's the mildly depressing twist. The shape you fold, curl, stretch, or collapse into every night is quietly messing with your brain, your spine, your breathing, your digestion, and even your mood when you wake up. Today we're breaking down 6 common sleeping positions, each one a mysterious little combo of benefits and consequences that silently reprogram your body while you're unconscious. You think you're just rolling around for comfort, but your body has been sending encrypted messages all night long, and you've been leaving them on read. All right, time to finally decode them, starting with the first position.
Back sleeping, the reset mode. Unless you snore like a freight train. Back sleeping looks peaceful, as if you're auditioning for a meditation commercial. But biologically, this position is basically your body's factory reset. Everything lines up. Your spine gets to behave for once. Your shoulders relax. Your neck stops acting like it's holding the weight of your daily problems, and your whole system finally exhales. In this position, your brain's cleanup crew, the glymphatic system, gets extra efficient. It's like your neurons finally call housekeeping and say, "Yeah, we're going to need the deep cleaning package tonight." That's why back sleepers often wake up clearer, calmer, and slightly less annoyed at humanity. Your joints decompress, your skin isn't getting squished into geometric shapes, and airflow becomes smooth, assuming your airway doesn't betray you. Because here comes the plot twist. If you snore, or your tongue decides to flop backward like a dead fish, this premium sleeping posture becomes a disaster package. Your breathing gets messy, your sleep gets choppy, and your morning energy drops lower than your phone battery at 1%. The worst part? You don't even notice it happening. You just wake up like a laptop with 46 tabs open. So yes, back sleeping can be the closest thing to a natural reset if your airways cooperate. If not, congratulations, you've unlocked reset mode with extra lag. Side sleeping, safe mode for adults who need comfort. About 70% of people end up sleeping on their side, and honestly, the body knows exactly what it's doing. Side sleeping is the human version of curling up like a cat. Practical, soothing, and a little emotionally suspicious. Biologically, this position is a multitasking superstar. Your digestion works better, your breathing opens up, and your heart gets a break from dealing with gravity all night. If you sleep on your left side, your stomach and intestines get to function like, well, organs that aren't being squished for once. And your brain? It gets better waste removal, like it's finally taken out the mental trash you've been ignoring. But there's also an emotional layer here, whether you admit it or not. When you curl inward, your body is subtly protecting your chest, your organs, and your heart, like a built-in self-hug. That's a posture of safety. A quiet, "I've had enough of life today. Let me fold myself in half and pretend everything's fine." Maybe that's why people fall asleep fastest in this position. It feels like therapy without the bill. Of course, there's always a downside. Too much curling and suddenly your shoulder is screaming, your hip is suffocating, and your lungs are like, "Ma'am, we need space." But even with the occasional numb arm or confused breathing pattern, side sleeping remains the world's favorite. It's comfort, it's function, it's the default setting for tired adults who just want one night of peace.
Stomach sleeping is a choice. Not a conscious one, but definitely a dramatic one. It's the sleeping equivalent of face planting into your problems and saying, "I'm fine, this is fine, don't worry about it." From a physical standpoint, this position is absolute chaos. Your neck twists to the side like you're trying to overhear gossip in your sleep.
Your lower back compresses as if it's paying off some karmic debt, and your diaphragm, it gets all the space of a suitcase packed by someone who refuses to admit they overpacked. Breathing becomes shallow, your spine works overtime, and every chiropractor within a 10-mile radius suddenly senses your presence. But here's the interesting twist. A lot of people sleep on their stomach because they subconsciously crave pressure. Face down, chest pressed, limbs spread, it mimics the calming effect of a weighted blanket. It's grounding. It quiets restlessness. It's the body saying, life is heavy, so let me match the energy. Some people even snore less in this position because the airway opens up just enough to prevent nighttime turbulence. It's like your body finds a loophole and says, look, I know this is terrible long term, but for tonight, let me have this. Of course, the bill always comes due. Morning stiffness, tight shoulders, cranky lower back, and oxygen levels that basically took the night off. Stomach sleeping isn't wrong. It's just a position that makes your body work harder than it ever signed up for.
Sleeping like a galactic CEO. Spread out and hope life fixes itself. The starfish position is bold. It's dramatic. It's the sleeping posture of someone who says, yes, I would like to occupy the entire bed, thank you very much. Arms out, legs out, chest open, like you're conducting a TED Talk in your dreams. But underneath the theatrical sprawl is a surprisingly healthy design. With everything open and relaxed, your spine stays neutral, your lungs get actual space to operate, and your joints aren't being mashed into odd angles. Your body can finally breathe without filing a complaint. People who sleep like this tend to slip into deeper REM cycles because there's less pressure poking at them all night. Fewer micro-awakenings, fewer interruptions, fewer moments of your brain yelling, hey, we're uncomfortable. It's basically the sleep version of cruising on autopilot. But of course, nothing is perfect, not even starfish CEOs. This wide-open posture can crank up your snoring, depending on how your airway behaves. And if your mattress doesn't support your lower back properly, tension can sneak in and ruin the vibe. And let's be honest, if you sleep like this on a tiny mattress, you're definitely stealing someone else's space. Maybe emotionally, maybe literally. Still, the starfish position stands out. It's open, it's confident, it's the physical embodiment of, I trust this bed with my life. And for many people, that trust pays off with some of the deepest sleep they get.
Soldier and reacher. Sleeping while pretending you still have principles. Let's talk about the sleeper who refuses to relax, even while unconscious. First up, the soldier. Legs straight, arms straight, posture straight. This is the sleeping pose of someone who goes to bed like they're lining up for inspection. Everything is aligned, disciplined, and suspiciously organized for a human who just spent all day falling apart. To be fair, the soldier position is efficient. Weight is balanced, your spine gets a first-class ticket to neutrality, and your shoulders finally stop carrying the emotional baggage you collected during the week. But just like every overly strict system, it comes with bugs. If your airway narrows, snoring becomes a military-grade sound weapon. And lying completely flat can encourage acid reflux, like your stomach is staging a small rebellion at 3 a.m. Now let's move to the reacher, the dramatic cousin of the side sleeper. This one leans, reaches, stretches, arms extending forward like you're trying to grab the last slice of pizza in your dreams. The spine stays supported, lungs get space, and airflow remains steady enough for decent sleep. But the emotional meaning, chef's kiss, it's relaxed yet expressive. It says, I'm tired, but I'm still emotionally available. People who sleep like this tend to have more vivid dreams, glide into REM more smoothly, and wake up wondering why their life isn't as interesting as their subconscious. Of course, reaching has its risks. Keep your arm under your head too long, and congratulations, you've unlocked limited time paralysis mode. A numb arm, a confused hand, maybe a temporary identity crisis for your fingers. Thankfully, it goes away quickly. Soldier or reacher, both positions reveal the same truth. Even in sleep, you're still trying to keep it together, just in two very different ways.
There is no perfect position, only your total lack of control. At the end of the day or the end of the night, there's no perfect sleeping position. There's only the one your body chooses because it's trying to keep you alive, stable, or emotionally less chaotic than yesterday. Some nights you spread out like you own the galaxy. Other nights you fold up like a sad fortune cookie. And sometimes you just collapse into whatever posture your spine will complain about in the morning. Your sleeping position is a quiet report card written by your nervous system. It reveals what your body needs, what it's avoiding, and how it's trying to recover from, well, you. And once you start paying attention, you can make small adjustments. Tiny nudges that help your brain, your breathing, your digestion, and your mood work together instead of throwing hands at each other. If anything in this video made you question your entire sleeping identity, let me know in the comments. What position did your body force you into last night? And hey, if you want more videos that decode all the strange, silent behaviors your body does behind your back, hit that subscribe button. Not for me, but for the slightly upgraded version of you who's tired of running on autopilot every day.